wassalamu ala rasulillah. Let's go over this. Number 1, rasikhuna. A, masculine. Rahmatun, feminine. Asa, feminine. Narun, feminine. And then bayda'un, feminine. Any questions?
The bayda'un has a un sound.
A'un. Remember? What are the 3 types? Alif this is alif mamduda. Bayda'un.
So the hamza, just the hamza needs to be there.
Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Number 6. Muhammadun, common or proper? Proper. Why? Proper name. Good. Ya Abana. Proper. Why? Good. B. Al Qadiru. Proper. Why? Ma'un. Common. Good. Kuma. Proper. Why? It is a pronoun. Very good. 11. Nahnu means we. Antuma means both of you. Hunna means them, feminine. Kitabuhu means his book. Yeah?
The attached pronoun, right?
Who is the attached pronoun? Yeah.
So in the table, and then we have spoken that I think I might have it wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who and he is okay. Who and he is the attached.
Yep.
So this is who.
Yep.
No ha. Ha will be.
Kitabuha means her book. Ha, yeah. Aqlamuna, A, our pens. Khalqaki, your creation, feminine. 17. Suhufu Ibrahima, possessive compound. Millati, now I said very carefully, look at the underlined portion, right? Millati Ibrahim is what? Possessive compound, A. Fis samawati, harf jar compound. Subul as-salami, ilafa, A. Rasulullahi. Huh? Possessive, good. Quran and Arabiya until you skip that.
But I just didn't put S, so.
Huh?
I just didn't put S here 2 times, so. Fools and spouses.
Yeah. It's 2 different words. You still lose points. A lot of people did that. It's a lot of people. This is the first class I've had that actually messes that part up. Because soul is ruh, right? Soul, for example, is ruh. And then in Arabic, how do you say souls? Arwah. Arwah. It's a completely different word. In translation, it may be different. In Arabic, it's a completely different. And in translation, it may be similar. But then in Arabic, it's a completely different word. Completely different. Zulma, zulumat. Because in Arabic, there's a big deal when it comes to understanding singular and plural. If you can't differentiate between them, you're going to have a lot of problems reading Quran. Because certain grammar rules apply only to plurals. Certain grammar rules only apply to singular words. So you have to know the differences. Hukmun. Huh? Ruling. Ni'matun, blessing. Khayrun, good or better. Ba'dun, some. Summun, deafness or deafnesses. Okay. Some people wrote hearing. It's not about hearing. It's about being deaf. Sam'un is hearing. Qulubun, hearts. Dhulumatun, darknesses. And I said that specifically in an example. So I'm surprised how people got that wrong. Azwajun, spouses. Ba'dun, after. Sultanun, authority. Sharikun, partner. The plural of this is shuraka'un. Adlun. Adlun is what?
Justice.
Justice. Sharrun, bad or worse. Sufaha'un, fools. The singular is safihun. Fawqun, above or on top. Tayyibatun, pleasant or pure. Malaikatun, angels. Jannatun, gardens. Shuhada'un, witnesses. Al-ahadu, the one and only. That was that. Any questions? All right, not bad. Tomorrow is your final. No.
Because I forgot this already.
Okay, talk about no modesty. Okay, turn to page 127 in your book. Today's what, Wednesday? Okay. Actually, before I forget, what's going to be on your final? Might as well write this now. It's not going to be much smaller. Adjectival compound. Mawsuf sifa, right? That's what it is. I'm going to leave out nominal sentence. I think nominal sentence needs some more work. And then today, I'll go over pointing words and perhaps relative words. I think that's it.
Is it?
That's it?
What about vocabulary?
Oh, right, vocab sheets.
And the reason why there was no vocabulary sheet 6 is because 3 was missing.
Oh, was it accidentally? Okay. So vocab sheets number 6, 7 we did.
There is no 6.
There is. I'll send it out to you guys. Yeah. 6, 8. We'll go over 6 today. Actually, what did we go over yesterday? 7. Okay, so 6, 7.
But 7 was on the test.
So 6 and 8 then, that's it. Yeah, 6 and 8. That is all. What did I go over yesterday? 6.
Vocabulary?
What did I go over yesterday? 7, sorry. So
7 was on the test.
7 was on the test. Yesterday it was.
So we didn't do vocabulary yesterday.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll just put one vocab sheet for you guys then.
Just 8.
Yeah, just 8. Like I said, the exam isn't there to make things difficult for you. I just want to make sure whatever I've taught you guys, you're following along. That's all. Okay, that's basically it. So chapter 13, pointing words. So this category has 2 parts. The first part is called the Ismul Ishara. I don't really have a thing for it. And the second part is called Musharun Ilay. Ismul Ishara is the pointing word actually. And Musharun Ilay is the thing being pointed to. What are the ism al-ishara? There are well, I'll go over the main ones with you. The first one is, actually, let me just fix this up. The first one is hada, which means what? This. This. The second one is hadani. And it's also written as ha. Now, there isn't a standing fatha on top, but it's pronounced as hadaini. Hadani and hadaini, which means these two. These two.
So they mean the same thing.
They mean the same thing. This one is rafa, this one is what?
It's just
Ani and aini. Nasab or jar. You don't know, right? Right now. And then third one is ha'ula'i. Ha'ula'i, which means these. Or rather, all these. It's ha'ula'i, yeah. The problem is Microsoft Word doesn't give you the option to put the standing fatha. Now I'm going to come back over here to hadha. Hadhihi. Hadhihi. But this one is what? Feminine. This one is feminine. This one is masculine. Okay.
You can use a different color.
Sorry?
You can use a different color for masculine.
Oops. There we go. And then for these two, I'm going to add two more as well. Both of these are the masculine forms. Masculine and masculine. Hadani, hadaini. The second one is hadani and hataini, which also means these two. But these two are feminine. I hope everyone's writing these because, or at least circling them, or doing something, not just sitting there. And then we said ha'ula'i. These are used for masculine or feminine. Masculine or feminine. Let's add some more. Dhalika, which means that. And then the feminine of this is, yeah. Okay, keeping difficult.
Not very easy.
Hold on, I'll try it again. There you go. And tilka. This is the masculine, and this is the feminine. And then there's the dual. Oops, wrong color. And then there is Thanika and Tainika, which means those two. Thanika and Tainika are again both feminine. Actually, oops. Yeah, hold on. These are both feminine. I'm gonna bring this in. I forgot. I skipped the two masculine ones. The two masculine ones are Dhanika and Dhainika. Those two. Dhanika and Dhainika. And the last one, everyone knows this one. Ulaika, which means all of those. This is used for both genders as well.
Is it a wow?
There is a wow, but it's not pronounced. This is written there. And those are the words. Let's go through status, number, gender, type. So the status of them by default is Rafa unless it says otherwise. This is not in your book, so you're going to need to write this. Alrighty. By default is Rafa unless it says otherwise. What do I mean by unless it says otherwise? Well, you have these guys, right? Dhainika, Dhanika. right? Well, dhainika is nasab or jar. Or hataini. It's really only these two. Hataini and dhainika are the only ones I'm really concerned with. Hataini and dhainika, and tainika. These are nasab or jar, that's all. And to be honest, I'm not even writing it because you're not gonna really encounter it in the Quran maybe once or twice. What are the ones you're gonna see? You're gonna see hada, hadani, you're gonna see haulai, dhalika, tilka, and ulaika really. Number depends on the ism and the pointing word. Number and gender both depend on the pointing word. Type, they're all proper.
Is there any exceptions in type, or they're always?
They're all proper, always. Always. And this is a generally simple lesson. I'll do some examples. Actually, I'll give you 2 more rules and then I'll do some examples. Okay. If the word after the pointing word does not have an alif lam, it will be a nominal sentence. If it does not have an alif lam. For example, هذا كتاب. What does هذا كتاب mean? هذا means what? هذا means this. What does kitab mean? Book. When you have a nominal sentence, what are you supposed to add in between 2 things that come together? Is. Anything else? No.
No, A.
Good. This is a book. This is a book. Sorry? هذا كتاب. ذلك رجل. What's ذلك? That. What's رجل? Man. Anything else I can add in here? Any other translations? Good. That is a man. That is a man. Here's another one. Ulaika muslimuna. What does ulaika mean here? It means those. Muslimuna means Muslims. Anything else I can add in here? Good. Those are Muslims. Those are Muslims. But now I'm going to change things up. Now the following words I'm going to put, they are ismul ishara constructions. Okay? هذا هذا الكتاب. This is the book. هذا الكتاب. This is the book. Meaning, هذا الكتاب. This is the book I'm talking about, making it very specific. That's why these nouns are proper, because you're referring to something specific. You're referring to something specific. هذا الكتاب. Proper is pointing to proper. ذلك رجل becomes ذلك الرجل. ذلك الرجل. Meaning, that is the man. Who is that? من هو? ذلك الرجل. That is the man. That is the man. That is the man. أولئك مسلمون. Those are the Muslims. أولئك المسلمون. أولئك المسلمون. Those are the Muslims. I'm going to add one more thing here. If the word after the pointing word does have an alif lam, it will be a pointing word construction. It will be a pointing word construction. Allah says what in the Quran? He says alif lam mim, and then he says dhalikal kitabu. That's it, kitabu. Oops. Dhalikal kitabu, which means what? That is the book. Dhalikal kitab, that is the book. Allah also says Tilka rusulu. Tilka means what? No, what does tilka mean? That. Or rather, here would be those. Ar-rusulu means what? The messenger. Those are the messengers. Now let me ask. Tilka is what? Masculine or feminine? Feminine. Ar-rusulu, masculine or feminine here?
This is
What is this?
doesn't fit in the chart, that's why it's considered.
This is a broken plural. Broken plurals are what in number and gender? Singular and feminine. So it doesn't say ulaika rusulu, it says tilka rusulu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using the feminine singular pronoun to refer to the word which is feminine and singular, which is ar-rusulu. Those are the messengers. I'm going to add one more rule up here. The pointing word and its construction, and the thing it is pointing to must match in number and gender. Must match in number and gender. Let's go back to the book. And go to page 130. Let's look at some examples. هذا صراط مستقيم. هذا صراط مستقيم. Is there a alif lam after هذا?
No.
So is this going to be a nominal sentence or is this going to be a pointing word construction? So the translation of صراط مستقيم, this is a straight path. This is a straight path. This is a straight path. هذا means what? This. ذلك الكتاب. Is this a nominal sentence or pointing word construction? Pointing word. Good. This is a pointing word construction. هذه النار. Is this a nominal sentence or a pointing word construction? Pointing word construction. Very good. So what does it translate to? No. This is the fire. Good. تلك الجنة. Is this a pointing word construction or a nominal sentence? Pointing word construction. Why? Alif lam. Very good. This is the Jannah. أولئك هم المفلحون. Is this a pointing word construction or a nominal sentence? Why?
I just smiled.
Because I smiled?
Yeah, because you were saying it, you're like, you had this look in your face like you were about to get the wrong answer.
No, I'm just asking why.
Pronoun.
Sorry, say that again?
It's a pronoun after.
Pronoun after a pointing word. What's the status of a pronoun here?
Proper.
Proper. What's the status of ulaika? Proper. So usually proper after proper equals what? Usually. It equals? No, well, sort of. But here's the thing. Not exactly. Remember? This is a second subject, you could say. But look at the next word after that. The pronoun's pointing to something, right? So what's after that? There's an alif lam al-muflihuna or no?
Yes.
They are, ulaika are those. Those are the ones, they are the successful. Alif lam will mean what? Proper. What else does it mean? Does it mean pointing word construction? Just remember this, if there is alif lam, it's a pointing word construction. Remember that. Alif lam equals pointing word construction. وَأُوحِيَ إِلَيَّ هَذَا الْقُرْآنُ. هَذَا الْقُرْآنُ. Sorry? Pointing word construction. هذه جهنم. Nominal sentence or pointing word construction? Nominal sentence. Why? There is no alif lam. Good. هؤلاء أهدى. What do we have? Nominal sentence. Why? No alif lam. Was this a hard subject? A hard section? Next, that's a section.
You know, the first example you said, Azam Siratul.
Mm-hmm.
The translation here it says the straight path. So,
I don't agree with that translation. This is a straight path. That would be incorrect. It could be the straight path if it's contextual, but we're not learning Arabic here for context. We're learning Arabic here for what? For the grammar. In the grammar, it literally means this is a straight path.
And so for the hellfire one, would that be this is the hellfire?
Which one? هذه النار?
Yeah.
Yeah, this hellfire. It could be. Yeah, I see. هذه النار would work fine. تلك الجنة, that works fine. You know why? Because it's making it like this is the fire could work, but this hellfire is a better translation. You know, because of the fact that it's showing it right here, this one, this specific one. تلك الجنة, this Jannah right here, this one, this specific one. So that's that. No, not this. Relative words, I'm not going to do. Forget the relative words. 20 words, good enough. Okay, vocab sheet number 8. Let's go look at that. 124. Very good. Once upon a time, the Muslim Ummah, the Muslim community, had possessed the mulkun, the dominion of this alamun, this world. Through their forbearance upon the right sirat, the right path, and adherence to the deenun, the religion, Allah made us mala'un, leaders, had given us malun, financial assets. Mal is not just money, but financial assets. And caused us to inherit many makanun, many places. Makan is place, amkina is places.
Sociable place.
It's yeah, sorry, no amkina. No amkina. Yeah, just know the second word in the brackets. Makan won't be on the exam, but makan is there to show you that it means one place. So no amkinatun. Don't worry about makanun.
So is it places?
Yeah, amkina is places, the plural. So don't cry when I mark it wrong when you write place. I'm telling you, it means places. Yeah.
Do we need to know the plurals or the singulars as well?
Yeah.
No, usually only the singulars is good enough. Whether they were dhakarun or untha, male or female. Dhakarun is male, untha is female. Allah bless them. We were a successful qawmun, a nation, because we remembered that the dunya, the world, was simply a mata'un, a utility. When a Muslim remains a true abdun, a slave to Allah, they are favored. But if they become a mujrimun, a criminal, then all of their blessings are taken away. All their blessings are taken away.
Malun, is it financial asset or assets? Singular or plural?
Financial asset. Let's write wealth for mal. Wealth. Mal is the singular, amwal is the plural. You don't need to know the word amwal. Just know the word mal.
That's what I wanted to know. What's the singular for mala'un?
Mala'un? I think mala is a singular. Yeah, I think mala is the singular. I think the plural is amla. But mala is one of those words again. It's like it's used in a singular way, like qawmun, nasun, qarnun. I think mala'un is one of them.
So it is leaders then, with an S.
It is leaders. Yes. What does it say in the book?
Leaders.
It says leaders, yeah, right. Okay. Bismillah. Suratul Hadid. Suratul Hadid. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار. When it comes to understanding the life of this world, what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describe it as? Allah says, اعلموا, He says, know, get ilm of, i'lam. It means to have knowledge, ilm. Ayn, lam, mim means to get knowledge of whatever you need to do, get it in your head, get it in your understanding. I'lamu. That annama al-hayatud dunya, that the life of this world, annama gives a singular meaning that it wants you to understand one thing and one thing here mainly. Annama al-hayatud dunya, that the life of this world is what? Number one, la'ibun. It is a play. It is a play. وَلَهْوٌ, and it is a distraction. وَزِينَةٌ, and it is a beautification. وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ, and it is a competition between you all. وَتَكَاثُرٌ فِي الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ, and who can acquire more money and who can acquire more children. So the one thing I want to talk about here is the word dunya and what it comes from. So the word dunya comes from the root meaning, the root letters dal, nun, and ya. And dal, nun, and ya means something which is inferior, something which is less. Whatever the case may be, that it's less as opposed to something else. For example, a child is less in age than someone who's older in age, right? So they're less in one way or another. So the life of the world is considered adna because it is inferior to something else. Adna min hada, adna min shay. It is less than this, or is less than that, less than something else. And at the same time, we need to ask ourselves, well, is there another life that Allah wants us to take part in after we die? Yes, that's called the akhirah. So Allah is calling this life an inferior life. Okay, if this life is inferior, then what is this life really? What is the maghz of this life? What is the purpose of this life? Allah tells us, number one is that it is a la'ibun. It's just a play. It's just a play. وَلَهْوٌ, and it is a distraction. Now the word lahu, if you look at the root of it, it is translated, for example, here as a diversion. But it's really about, lahu is something which is taking you away from a higher objective. It's taking you away from something which you're supposed to be focusing on, but you're not. And for example, Allah says in Surah Al-Takathur, Alhaakum, you all are deluded. Alhaakum. What is deluding you all? At-Takathur, the competition of wealth. That's what it is. The competition to get more of. Takathur literally means to get more of, to get more of, to get more of, and to compete with other people to get more of. So the dunya is a play. Well, the dunya is considered inferior. Then the dunya is considered a play, and then it's considered a lahwun. What is a lahwun? It is a distraction. It's taking us away from the real objective of our lives. Wazinatun, and it's something which looks nice, right? It's something which has a lot of glitter on it. It's really shiny. But the truth is that whatever it has beauty in it, eventually that beauty will fade away. Eventually, beauty does not stay. For example, when someone gets up in the morning, puts on a nice suit, brushes their hair, and puts on some cologne, that's temporary. It's considered zina. But eventually, during the day, when you get into your car, you get to work, your hair gets messed up, your shirt gets crinkled, right? All that stuff happens. Now all together what ends up happening here is what? You are a unification. Okay. Then وَتَفَاخُرٌ بَيْنَكُمْ. Right? Tafakhur comes from the word fa, kha, and ra. Fa, kha, and ra. Tafakhurun bainakum. That it is a competition to see who can have more pride. It's a competition of pride. So the first thing is that it's an ego thing. It's a competition of pride. There's a lot of ego involved in it. Number two is watakathurun. And it is a competition in amassing more. Amassing more what? Fil amwal, in money. Right? We just learned the word amwal in financial assets. Wal awlad, and children. And children. That's what the dunya comes down to. Now, if you think about this, it's inferior, it's a play, it's a distraction, it's something temporarily beautified, it's an ego competition, and it's about who can make more money and have more kids. It sounds like a really crazy game. But then we think about it, we live in this game. Right? We live in this game. The idea of keeping up with the Joneses. He has a nice car, I need a nicer car. He has a $300,000 house, I need a $400,000 house. He has a good job, I need a better job. He has more kids, I need more kids. Right? He has nice clothes, I need nicer clothes. And so on and so forth. And then Allah says some stuff in between. Right? About what is it that I should be going after. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ عَذَابٌ شَدِيدٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. So two groups are being differentiated. So for the first group who went after ayat al-dunya and made that their only purpose in life, then for them is what? Then for them is عَذَابٌ شَدِيد, a torment. But وَمَغْفِرَةٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانٌ. But there's also forgiveness from Allah and approval. But that's for people who don't follow this route. But now think about it. وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. That this life, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا, the life of this world that Allah is speaking about, is إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. It is nothing more than what? It is nothing more than a tool for what? A tool to delude you. So dunya itself is being seen as a tool to delude you. But now when I go over a verse like this, what do people go home and they say, right? We say, oh, we need to leave the dunya, we need to not buy nice cars, we need to not have nice clothing, etc., etc., etc. Well, again, you have to realize this is placed in a certain context. This is about people who let dunya get to their heads, they let it get to their heart and not in their hands. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says somewhere else. Allah also says in Surah Al-Qasas, وَبَتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ. But seek whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. What does He say? وَبَتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكُ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. Allah is saying what? Go seek whatever Allah has given you of the akhirah. Wait, what does that mean? وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Meaning that whatever you have in this world, Allah is saying remember the akhirah beforehand. Right? Whatever you have in this world, remember the akhirah beforehand. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Do not forget your nasib in this world. Do not forget what Allah has also given you in this world. Allah has given you a salary, Allah has given you a house. Right? The idea is not that if you have a lot of money you can buy a nice house and that's wrong, or you have a lot of money and you buy nice clothes, or whatever the case may be. To be honest, what someone buys and how they use it is a very personal decision. It's a very personal decision. We don't know that person's connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah isn't saying go live in a cave. He's saying go get your dunya. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيا. Same thing here. وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. Whether it's your job, your house, your car, just do really good in it. Whether it's your education, do really good in it. That's all Allah is saying. Do ihsan of it. As us, what do? We have the mentality of chalta hai, chal gaya. Right? Okay, it's good enough. But that's not what Allah wants. Allah is saying do ihsan of it. Ihsan means to give your right to something and more. You give your hukuk to it and you give more. Right? وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ وَلَا تَبْغِ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. How is it that the same person who works on Wall Street is there usurping other people's wealth while another person is doing a good job by being a good financial asset manager? Same job, two different things. You have a good lawyer and you have a bad lawyer. You have a good doctor and you have a bad doctor. What is Allah saying? Whatever skills you have, be really good at it. But don't be really good at it to do bad. وَلَا تَبْغِ الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. Don't do wrong on the earth. Right? Use your skill for good. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Allah does not love those who do what? Who do fasad on the earth. But again, it's about balance. It's about balance. Allah also says this. Let's just pull it from here. Surah Al-Jum'ah. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فاسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع. Allah is saying what here? That basically when it's time for Jummah, Allah comes first, your business comes later. Simple. Allah comes first, everything else comes later. ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنْتُمْ تَعْلَمُونَ. That is better for you if only you knew. What is Allah saying? Close up your shop for the rest of the day. No, only when the adhan is called. But what does Allah say after that? فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةِ. Once the salah is done, فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. Go back to working. Go back to working. فَانْتَشِرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. وَابْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ. Go get what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you of His fadl. وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ. Allah is saying, do dhikr of Allah and remember Him whatever action you're partaking in. Now going down. وَإِذَا رَأَوْا تِجَارَةً أَوْ لَهْوًا انْفَضُّوا إِلَيْهَا وَتَرَكُوكَ قَائِمًا. But again, Allah is reminding us it's about balance. وَإِذَا رَأَوْا تِجَارَةً أَوْ لَهْوًا. When they saw something of tijara, or what is Allah using here now? Lahwan? Diversion. Diversion. So the same thing which we can use to come towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our dunya, Allah is now calling it a lahu because it's taking us away from our akhirah. In this situation, what's going on? In فَضْلُوا إِلَيْهَا وَتَرَكُوكَ قَائِمًا. When those people left you standing, referring to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that he needed some people by his side, but they left him standing. He goes, well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul come first. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Rasul come first. And that's why in Surah Al-Jum'ah, when people don't come to Jum'ah saying, I can't close my business, Allah reminds us, قُلْ مَا عِنْدَ اللَّهِ خَيْرٌ مِنَ اللَّهْوِ وَمِنَ التِّجَارَةِ. What Allah has is better than what's diverting you, and what Allah has is better than your business. Why? But brother, I need my money. How am I going to get money? Wallahu khairur raziqeen. Allah is the best of providers. So it's about putting deen and dunya into perspective. We can't have this weird thing of zuhud, right? People always talk about zuhud, about being an aesthetic. Oh brother, so-and-so used to pray for X number of times. So-and-so used to do this for an X number of months. He used to only stay in the masjid. It's like, you know what? That may have been someone, but that's not the standard. Not everyone can just leave everything and stay in the masjid all day. Not everyone can do that. And to be honest, that's not the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He left society for intervals, but he didn't ever leave society as a whole. He left to get his head back on track. When he went to Hira, what was this for? Because he was what? He was overwhelmed. He was overwhelmed. That's why he used to go to the cave of Hira. Right? When he felt overwhelmed by the people, he went and stayed in one of his wives' houses and just didn't want to talk to anyone. That's fine. There were times where he wanted to do his own spiritual retreat, which is fine, but that is not the standard. As the idea of zuhud, a scholar put it perfectly. Zuhud is not that you own nothing, but rather that nothing owns you. That's what it means when it comes to being close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's about creating a balance. Little things such as letting your boss know you need time off for Jummah or Eid or whatever the case may be. But Allah just reminds us that dunya is what? Mata'ul ghurur in Surah Al-Hadid. And then here Allah is saying it's not about not getting your wealth or whatever, but it's about going forth with it. There's even a hadith about Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam considering tijara something good. There was an example wherein he took a sahabi's, I forgot what it was exactly, but he took it to the market and started auctioning it off. He started auctioning it off. Who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it? So he said, look, I'll only give it to the person who's the highest bidder. So it even shows you it's not like earning money is something haram. Rasulullah is teaching us as part of life. But it's about getting rid of that narrative that says, oh brother, stay in the masjid the whole time. It's like, well, you know what? There are an X number of Muslims out there that are working. Even if you tell them to do that, they're not going to do it. And that's not what the sunnah requests of us. So inshallah, that's all for today. And I think I will see you tomorrow for your final. Let's go. Khair.
Yeah, ask you a question.
Yes.
Did you send the notes last night?
Yeah.
Last night, I don't know, didn't I?
No. No.
Homework or notes,
Nothing? I know I didn't sign any homework. I was gonna do classwork, but you didn't get anything? Okay.
That was class 8, right?
I'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Well, luckily for you guys, it's just nominal sentence, right? That you missed, and I'm not putting nominal sentence on the exam, so I'll send it out anyway.
You're gonna send this out today, right?
Yes, I will send it out. Don't worry. You can stay, or you can go home. Your thing. You can stay here and study. Oh, nice. Damn. I have an 85.
Yes! Haha! Yes!
You alright?
No.
What did you get?
85.
Okay. Nice enough. I think I should give her 2 more points just for you saying that.
You want to see?
No. I didn't see a lot of drugs. You said voting.
No.